humbling experience for myself. Did she ever sit back and go, this is good for you? She was entirely supportive. She said, no problem. We've done with less before. We can do with less again. And having people in your life that support you in the good times, but more importantly in the bad times, is critical. And I think taking a level of integrity and making what was a difficult decision at the time, my boys were old enough to recognize, to take responsibility for your mistakes, and don't look for a way, a cheap way out.
Excellent, thank you. We'll do all the clapping after. We'll do it 6 times as big clapping, okay? Just relax, take it easy. All right, go ahead. I know it.
Well, I guess this one's an easy one. I was, as a seminar provider, I always show up the night before the seminar, and I was in Seattle, and I had a seminar going on 2 days later in Anchorage, so I had plenty of time. Just so happens that particular night, you probably read about the Alaskan volcano going off. What that presented a problem to me, because when a volcano goes off, I didn't know at the time, it spews forth these gases that destroy plane engines. So every flight the day before the seminar I was canceling. Every flight. And I figured there's all these flights from Seattle. How many can cancel? Every one. Well, it turns out that there was, and I, as a seminar provider, I can't speak for what you do, but I have to show up. We have contracts with hotels. We have people who pay for seminars. You just can't not show up. What do? I was willing to take a dog sled. I was willing to swim, whatever I had to do. Well, there was one flight that was going to Fairbanks, which is about 200 miles away. And I contacted my staff, and they said, well, we'll get you I'll get you a pilot. Go to Fairbanks. Maybe you can rent Fairbanks, and maybe you can rent a car. So I did fly to Fairbanks. Every car was taken, every one. Somebody else had that idea. They then got me this bush pilot, and I said, great. So I came out, and I saw this beautiful plane, and I said, oh, we're going in that? He goes, no, we're going in that one. That plane was no bigger than half the stage. It was me, the pilot, and this much more room. And at that point, I was getting a little worried, because I said, well, you have a transponder, right? I was told you have a transponder. He says, sure we do. Well, we got up, and about 50 miles away, he says, by the way, the transponder doesn't work once you're more than 50 miles from an airport. But I want to warn you, if we smell gas, I'm turning around, because that can destroy the engines. Then he says, oh, by the way, we're also going through Windy Pass. Windy Pass? Well, Windy Pass is you go in there, and the thing, oh, by the way, I was told it never gets dark in Alaska. Don't worry. Bull. I'm getting the Windy Pass. It's pitch dark. I barely see the mountains. The plane is going like this, and they're going through this pass.